Hi, Nicole here. All right, we're going to talk about Cancer Sun, Moon, and Rising, how to seduce one of these people. If you don't know what your Sun, Moon, or Rising, or that of your lover is, go to the link I've included and you can enter your information and find them out there. They're different than just your sun sign, which you probably know. Okay, so Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. These people are a water sign, which means they are an emotional, emotive personality type. They're ruled by the moon, and as you know, the moon is constantly changing, right? So this means that Cancers tend to have a changeable nature. They tend to be somewhat ruled by their emotions, although there are some exceptions depending on house placement with Cancer. I find it to be a really interesting sign because it really plays out differently between the men and the women that I've seen that have Cancer Sun, at least. Now, with Cancer, the Cancer-Capricorn axis, Capricorn's the opposite planet. Cancer's the mother, Capricorn's the father. These two signs both are security focused, okay? And that's why you see a lot of Cancer men who are actually very successful and ambitious because they're interested in providing security for the people that they love and like creating their nest. And you see this with Cancer women as well. But Cancer is a sign that is motivated by security. If they feel threatened in any way, they retreat, they withdraw. Whether it's a sun, moon, or a rising sign, these people will prefer to be by themselves and to introvert. Now, they're sentimental. They can be a little bit not traditional. That's not the word I mean it could be, but it's more like they hold the people that they love very close to them. They hold them very dear, and so in that sense, there's a sentimentality and a nostalgia about them. Somebody who's got Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, many times if they've loved somebody in the past and had a romantic partner interest, they have a hard time letting go of that person, and that person will kind of continue to always be a part of like their psyche, or will always hold a place in their heart. They'll always, and a lot of times people who have Cancer, especially Cancer Moon, they'll continue to be friends with that person after they've broken up. It's just to have a very loving nature about them. Now, with Cancer, if you're trying to seduce a Cancer, you need to help them feel safe, and they need to feel safe and they need to feel secure, whether it's a man or a woman. They need to feel loved. Cancers typically are affectionate. I mean, this can definitely vary depending on how safe they feel with you. The safer they feel with their partner, the more affectionate they're going to be. And in fact, Cancers probably have some of the, I would say, one of the largest capacities to really love and nurture their partner. Of all of the signs, they would be the one that would be the most apt to really enjoy nurturing another person, or even plants, or even pets, okay? They have like this desire to grow and to nurture something. It's like a womb, you know, Cancer and the mother, and the womb likes to grow and develop things, even projects, okay? They like to have, Cancers usually will have like a little pet project that they're working on. Many times Cancer energy is going to feel a little bit shy because they are more sensitive and emotional. They feel things, and they have like an introverted emotional nature about them. If like you looked at Myers-Briggs, that would be more their tendency to be more introspective about their own, how they're feeling in a situation. Because of this, this is what gives them that desire and that need to keep protected and safe. So you need to understand that they do a few things. One thing, like I said, they withdraw, male and female, they'll withdraw, and they actually need some time to sit back by themselves, to be introspective. They need that solitude and that sort of hermit time just to be by themselves. And so you need to allow them that time to be alone. They can get a little bit exhausted by other people. All of the water signs can have a tendency to be a little bit of sponges, and other people's emotions will really weigh heavily on them. Sometimes they need to just kind of air that all out and be by themselves and let it and decompress. This is kind of a funny thing, but they are sentimental. So if they have something that's theirs, don't get rid of it. You know, if you give them a gift, it will mean a lot to them and they'll keep it. And they would prefer, they're quite romantic, so something that's musical that you've written, or even some type of art you've made for them, or poetry, or these things that have come directly from your heart that are genuine and authentic. And also, don't push them. Because they're a little more shy, allow them to be a little bit more shy. You don't need to push them to get out and extrovert if that's how you are, if you're more of an outgoing person. It's just going to make them do the opposite. So that's your Cancer in a nutshell.